Well, I'm sorry it's taken a while for me to get back to my channel. I've been seriously busy doing all kinds of things, from cutting roofs in to making stuff with Roger and doing stuff over on Skill Builder, which you've got to check out because there's been some really good stuff we've been doing over there. But I'm going to do an update on the last video where I talked about, amongst other things, skeleton door linings, and I've had quite a lot of comments from you guys asking a little bit more about them. So I thought I'd show you a little bit more about the skeleton lining, and that's going to be coming along later on in this piece, including showing you how I fix them and etc. that sort of stuff. So I'm doing it all by selfie. There's going to be no edit. This is a one take wonder. So just bear with me. If you want cinematography, I'm not your man. But anyway, I'm just going to take you through a few things. So I have been doing all kinds of joinery and second fix on this project. I'm nearly out of here now, which is going to free me up to get back over on the cable build. And we've got some seriously good stuff going on over there. So we've got all the underfloor heating. We're pretty much first fixing the timberwork side. So now we've got all of the heating, plumbing, electrics, the MVHR, which I've talked about in previous videos, and that's all to come. But first of all, just having a little bit scoot around this particular job. In the background, you might find this interesting. So this is a steel column behind me, and this steel column is supporting all the steel work which holds the back of this building up. So it's quite a substantial piece of metal. And I like to do something a little bit different with my columns. I like to panel them, and the reason why I like to panel them is because quite a lot of the time they're in the middle of the room and they don't look much. And if you look behind me, there's a beautiful kitchen here which has been installed, very nice traditional joinery. And so what I tend to do is then take items like this column, I'll stand here now, and panel all that as well. And it's all done out of MDF and softwood. It's got the skirting that's going around in the room. I can just hold it up like that. There we go, going around the bottom. And also it's going to be lit from this rebate that you can see in the top. So there's going to be an LED strip that gets put in there. And to access the driver, if you know anything about these, access the driver, this last rail here simply slides down and we can access the driver. So that's quite useful. So this project is, I've just been sort of managing this and doing my chippy work, so to speak. And here's the skeleton lining. So we talked about this last time. It's a simple softwood door lining with another one ripped in half. Now I make them up all on the deck. So you make one lining up, you rip the other one in half, you measure your finished width of the wall, and then you cut a series of cleats. Now these cleats, you fix the whole thing together, you square it all up, and it holds it all nice and parallel, and it deals with cavity walls, and it also deals with uneven walls and everything else. The good thing about this is if you was using a wide timber, it would tend to want to shrink, and it's pretty pricey as well. If you want to try and buy anything over sort of 200 millimeters wide, it's pretty pricey. Whereas you can go down and get these from Builders Merchants. Indeed, these ones I got from Howdens, which is the big kitchen joinery company, and they were £10 a piece, and they are just like everyone else you get from the Builders Merchants, and some Builders Merchants will be charging you over £20 a piece for them. So that's worthwhile going to Howdens for your door linings, and so that's quite useful. So there you have it. This one's ready for hanging a door and then running the stops and etc. etc. So I'll just take you now to see one which is finished before I tell you about how I'm going to do this one, the other one. So just coming through the last of the rooms to be plastered into the hall. We're just going to quickly go upstairs. Now while we're going upstairs, the column that I panelled is all made out of MDF, as I said. And okay, so it's quite fiddly. It's made out of 18mm, 9mm and 6mm rails, which are glued and pinned on with, I've got a compressor and a really nice little pinner, which basically they're like headless pins, so they don't show any marks and all the rest of it. And I have a guy, a really good mate of mine, who's got a joinery which is just amazing. They specialise in cutting boards to size, and they're dimensionally stable to 0.1 of a millimetre. If you want to know about his services, he can send stuff nationwide. He's got a 7-day turnaround. He's got a really good system, a cutting list online. Choose your material, any PFC, which is chipboard, melamine, oak veneered stuff. They can produce it, they can edge it. It's a fantastic service. I've been using it for some time, and I will be doing a separate video on that and going to the factory introducing you to Tom. He's a real good resource for any joiner because it's like everything you just don't like doing on site, like ripping down stuff. So in the background, for example, is a bookcase which fitted into an old doorway. So we filled the door on the other side, made a bookcase up. So all of this material is 18mm MDF, but it's got a preparation tape on it, which is put on in the factory. And that makes it really nice to paint. So when you paint the edge of MDF, normally it furs up or you've got to rub it down. This eliminates that. You can get one which is square, which is this one, and you can get a radius one as well, which is really nice as well. Just like you sort of put an arris on it with a plane. So that gives you an idea of what you can produce. Sorry about the filming. So I'm just going to come through and show you a completed skeleton door lining with the lining on before we go downstairs and actually put one on. So we're just going to come in here. And so in between this bedroom and the bathroom, so the new door's on, the lining's in, it's just being painted by Adam, who's doing a great job. And if I sort of show you what it looks like, so there we go. So you can see it's got a wide stop of MDF, which forms a rebate either side, and that gives the appearance when the door's open, if I hold it there, of an equal rebate either side. It's a really nice detail. It's something the Victorians and the Edwardians used to use and do, and they did also make their linings up out of narrower material, but they used to sometimes mortise and tenon rails across to hold them. So again, it's eliminating shrinkage, and it really is a really nice feature. There you go, you can see the door open in that position. And as I walk away, you can probably see how it appears. There we go. Right, so we're going to go down now and put a doorstop into a door that I've just hung. It was an old door, I had to rehang it, you know, the sort of thing, which is no problem. Whilst I'm going down there, I'd like to talk to you about Instagram. So I've started an Instagram, I don't know what you call it, a channel I suppose, and it's quite interesting. I really enjoyed being able to put photos up and with a little description, and I've getting some interesting comments. And if you want to check that out, just search Robin Clevitt on Instagram and come along and give us a follow. And equally, I'm following some of you guys as well. Some really nice work that people are doing out there, and it's fantastic social media for just putting in touch like-minded people who enjoy their craft, and also, you know, you can learn from each other as well. Indeed, as he says, falling down the stairs, that's one as a comedy moment. Indeed, it's fantastic for manufacturers as well, because they can post up new things straight away without worrying about going to marketing and magazines and all that sort of stuff. So it's a whole wealth of information that's out there. So yeah, check me out on Instagram, that'd be really cool. So here, in the background here, I've got this door that I've just swung, and I've got the stops prepared. They're not fixed, they're just loose in there at the moment. The reason I do that is because they're wide and they're a little bit unforgiving. You want to get your door in, your door latch in, so when you shut the door you've got something to work to. And then I use a credit card, or in my case one of my business cards. A little story about these is it's a business card, but it just has my name on it and my domain name, and on the back it's got like a strip. So if someone says to me, have you got a business card, because I do a number of things, it's quite difficult for me to have one for this and one for that. So I tend to have just this card here, my name on it, Robin, and the colour and the typeface came from a well-known fashion brand, because I thought if the colour works and their typeface works for them with their millions and millions of pounds on advertising, it's going to work for me. So I copied that one. I'm not going to tell you the brand, but anyone who's into fashion will know the typeface and know the colour. So basically it's the thickness of a credit card, and I use that between the stop and the door, and that's to simply allow for layers and layers of paint. The ones that are going to go on now and the subsequent ones that are going to go in the future. Because the last thing you want to do is try and move one of these stops once they're in. You can glue these stops on, but traditionally I like to put my stops on with just really nice fixings, you know, just like Paslow pins or something like that. That's all they need, because in the event of someone having to move it, you're going to wreck it by taking it off with wood glue on it. You can put a spot of wood glue on if you want, just to sort of hold it back, but generally MDF's not going to shrink. It's not like a wide piece of timber, it's not going to shrink. So anyway, I'll just go on here. Hopefully I'll speak up a bit because I'm walking away from the camera, and hopefully you'll see what's what. So here's the door. If I take this one out here, it's just loose in there, loose at the moment. There's 9mm MDF. You've got your short lining and you've got your wide lining. So the wide lining is the one you hang the door on. And what I've done is I've cut all these in, I've shot them all in to meet the floor. Obviously the top doesn't need shooting in, that's nice and square. And I've positioned that in place there. And then what I've done is I've shut the door onto the latch and I've used the card and I've gone round and made sure we've got enough space everywhere, and I've moved the lining backwards and forwards, or the stop backwards and forwards, until it's exactly right. So if you were going to take it back out, you just simply pencil mark it all round, but I've done all that, so it's just a simple matter now of checking it all. Little adjustment down there, I've got a little cork block just to tap it up there. Got an old door here, so it's got a little bit of kick in it as well, so you've got to work with that. Sometimes you might have to shoot these stops in, but again, close the door onto it, take your carpenter's pencil and run it all the way around. Another interesting fact about a carpenter's pencil, why is it this shape? Because you can scribe with it, it's 1/8 of an inch that way, it's 1/4 of an inch wide, it's 1/2 an inch wide that way, so you can use it for spacing things out. And also, so when you're, if you sharpen it to a point, you can take 1/4 of an inch off, or you can take 1/8 of an inch off. So it's really useful. And you can also shape them to adjust the size of it as well. So you can use these for scribing. That's simply what it is. The only thing I don't like about them is my ears don't work very well with them. So anyway, let's fix this one up now. I'm just going to make sure we're nice and flat. We'll start with the head. In the corners. Check it all again. Have you ever noticed that the batteries, they seem to fall out of these things? You clip them in and then they seem to go. You have to keep pushing them back in. You can actually bend the terminals out a little bit because they start bending in, and that solves that problem. So that's the general idea. Obviously I've got to carry on filling it up with pins now and getting it all done. So I'll just show you one more thing that I bought on offer at the moment as well, down at Howden's. It's a door lifter by Roughneck. £5 that was. Great for plasterboarding as well. So just thought I'd tell you about those. Lastly, before I go, thanks for joining me, and get over to Skill Builder, because Roger and I have done a series of podcasts, and they're business related podcasts. So we talk about, in the first one, we talk about how to price work. In the second one, we talk about being self-employed and the pitfalls and, you know, like taking the plunge. The third one was done by Roger and Dylan about problem solving and diagnostics, a little bit more sort of mechanically minded people of you. And the number 4, which we did, was talking about, oh blimey, I can't remember what we was talking about. That'll come back to me in a minute. But we've got a few more in the can as well, which are going to be coming out in the next few weeks. So get over there, check it out, and see what you think. And hopefully, if you're not subscribed to Skill Builder, subscribe to Skill Builder. And if you're not subscribed to me, well, that the camera jumped a bit, but if you're not subscribed to me, then if you could subscribe, that'd be great. 3,000 odd of you now are watching stuff that I talk about, which is quite humbling. Thanks very much for taking the time to do that. So that is it for now, and I will be back online shortly. So keep up the good work, and many thanks.